Today, I'm gonna buy a lake that I never thought possible with a £350,000 budget. It's not another 1 acre exclusive booking pool. It's not a lake for sale on the open market, and it's not a lake for sale in France.
So what is it then?
Recently, we went lake shopping and saw this. An 8 acre lake for sale in Nottingham on just under 15 acres of land. And the response from you guys, well, was very mixed. And to see everyone with the same worries I had was a little bit unsettling. But I'm no stranger to problem solving and overcoming challenges. It's leaking. To get the end result that I dream of. However, there's one thing that could stop me buying this lake in Nottingham, and it's a big thing. And that is that it's going for auction.
So, the online bidder.
Long Lake in Nottingham ticks all of the boxes for me, but obviously money is a massive factor, especially when you're buying a property that could go for well over the guide price at auction. In the past, when I've bought expensive assets like cars or houses, I've always done my research and usually done okay. Even when I've bought expensive cars, I've wanted to buy the ones that either go up in value or maintain their value over a period of time. And the same thing applies to property and vehicle renovations that I've done. One of my properties I bought over 3 years ago has already increased by over £30,000. My 1-bedroom flat in my local town that we literally had to rebuild after discovering a leak under the floor still has a value of around £40,000 above what I bought and renovated it for. And my fishing lodge at KEVS pool, despite the whole project nearly costing double the original budget. And everybody in the comments said we'd never be able to sell tickets and is fully booked for the next 6 months. So all these properties have one thing in common, maybe other than KEVS pool, which was I got them for the right price. So despite our budget for this fishery being £350,000, we knew that if we bought Long Lake, it would need some serious investment. And that would be in otter fencing, security fencing, and increasing the fish stocks. So if we were going to go for it, we would need to make sure that the buy it now price was a lot lower than our budget, so that we had enough room in between for the investment into the property. Now, if we were to just go and buy a fishery that's ready to go, I'm sure with the love that we receive on this channel, it would be full nearly straight away. And you must be thinking, well, surely that's a good thing to do. However, with lakes not being created as much as they used to be now, fisheries have skyrocketed in value. And nearly everyone that comes up for sale like this gets bought by someone in particular.
Yeah.
So buying this lake at auction that's just like the ones that I fished growing up seems like a great opportunity. However, in the last video, when we went to go and view this lake, we were not the only people there to see it.
We've got someone else going around with us as well.
And the auctioneer had told me prior to the auction starting that there were other people registered to bid on it, which meant just like I had to do, they had to send 10% of the guide price to even bid, showing that they were viable buyers. So how much am I expecting to pay for this lake if I can win it, or what do I think it'll go for? Well, I asked an expert, sort of, and they said it would likely go between £185,000 and £200,000 based off the fact that it had a guide price of £150,000. That's because auction properties typically go for 20 to 30% above the guide price in the UK. But with lakes being so scarce and so many people wanting to buy them these days, this lake has the potential to maybe even go for double. So would someone be prepared to bid that high for Long Lake? I'm really not sure, but I'm certainly willing to have a go and take the risk. Bidding will commence. So after a few days had gone by, with anglers at my other venue, KEVS pool, catching huge fish, it was finally time to make the decision of whether I went for this fishery or not. And the answer was yes. So I set myself a limit of £225,000. This was because I knew I had to leave plenty of room up to our total budget, as this fishery, being a salvage lot, would need some serious investment. And just like that, the auction began. But there are also several other things that you have to do just to be able to bid on a lot like this at auction, and I'm going to take you through them now. I had to fill out several anti-money laundering forms and fill in lots of information about our business, Fowler Fisheries Limited, as we were going to be trying to buy this lake inside our limited company. Next, you have to fill out a form with the lot or lots that you're going to bid on, which in our case was lot 37. This is so they can calculate that total deposit you have to send them and then register you as a bidder to be able to bid on that lot. You then have to tick a box which chooses whether you're going to bid in the room, which was held live at Nottingham, online or over the phone. Now, I had chosen to bid online, and this is because I didn't want to get into one of those situations where you go head to head with another person in the room. I've seen some viral clips of this in cars online before, especially from America, and the last thing I wanted to happen was that. So I chose to remain completely anonymous.
In 20 seconds, bidding will commence on the first few lots in this auction. Our lot is lot 37, however, it's going to be not the 37th one they bid on, due to the fact that they've already sold prior quite a lot of the things in this auction. But here we go, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Here we go, look at this, it's got everything on camera. You have permissions to bid on the following lot, lot 37. Why have we got no audio?
Start. Housekeeping, I'm on the road next week. All
How does he look like an auctioneer? How does an auctioneer have a look and that's it?
Right,
Can someone explain to me why they're bidding on this?
Thank you very much.
Look,
£500.
it's like the weirdest
£500.
boundaries I've ever seen.
Anywhere.
It's worth saying what we've been doing in the meantime is the stuff that's a bit more expensive in the range that we've kind of been looking at. We've been marking down what the percentage increase is on the properties. We've got 27% is the highest so far, and that didn't even meet its reserve. 16.8 that sold, and a 4%. So they've been struggling a bit, haven't they?
There's a few unsold as well.
They have been struggling a bit.
1600 then. Right, all you fishing people, concentrate. Lot 37. This is the lake and land off Trent Lane in Long Eaton.
Okay, so this has
Freehold
changed.
parcel of land with fishing lake spanning almost 15 acres there. So again, a rare opportunity. We've got online bidders on this one. I would rather hope for some people in the room. So freehold vacant possession.
So I do, so wait.
Somebody get me in the room then at £150,000. 150 anywhere?
Yeah, 150.
150 straight in then at 150, 155. Bids 150, online bid at 150, 155 anywhere. 155 another bid, too late. 160 I'm now looking for, bids 155 there, 160 back in at 160, 165. Bids 165, 170 I'm now looking for.
Yeah, 170.
170, it's back with the online bid at 170, 175.
Yeah, 175.
Now I've got the 175, 180. Bids currently online 180. I've got 185.
What the hell am
It's
I-
against you now on the telephone. The bid's online at 180. 185 anywhere. I've got instructions to sell at this level.
Oh my God.
Well, thank you down here.
So as you can see, bidding had slowed right down, and it had been going up in 5k increments. For a minute, I really thought I was about to win this lot for £180,000. But then the auctioneer did this.
I'll take you one if it helps. 181 anywhere else. Or are we all done? Bid down here, £180,000. I have got instructions to sell at this level.
Oh my God.
Well, thank you down here. 182. Bid seated down here. 182 back in. 183. 184. It's against you now. Bid seated there at 183. 184. 185. 185. 186.
186.
186. 187. The nod at 187. 188. It's against you now online. 188. 189. 190.
190.
190 online. 191. 191. 192.
192.
192. 193 is the nod. 194. It's against you now online. The bid seated at 193. 194.
I'm gonna wait a minute.
Seated bid then 190.
No.
Pounds, just to recap. 194 I'm looking for. Are we saying 194 back in? 195. 195 is still in at 195. 196. Seated bid up £95,000. 196.
196.
196 back in. 197. Still there at 197. 198.
Oh dear.
Glorious afternoon for fishing.
198.
198. That made them bid, didn't that? 199. 199. Round me to 200.
200.
200 the bid. 201. Conferring now. Think if you sat there by the river. Lake. I don't fish. 201.
It's gonna
So
keep
it's
going
back
up.
in 202. So the seated bid is back
202.
202, still there. 203. No. Bids online then at £202,000. You're out in the middle. Telephone or whatever left a long time ago, if it was that. Seated bid then at £202,000. Again, I could sell at this level, so I'm going to say for the first time,
It says I'm the higher.
£2,000. Second time at 202. Third and final time then at £202,000. Sold the online bidder.
Oh my God, we just bought a fishing lake. Jesus, why was that the most stressful lot?
Why did that go up the most?
Why did that go up the most? What was the percentage increase on that? Wow, bloody hell.
Find anywhere?
Let's hope, people, that there's no silliness from now, because that was fair. That was a bidding war. It went to the room.
So we've actually done it, and I don't think it even sank in then for a minute that we'd actually won our first Fowler Fisheries lake, a proper gravel pit. Not one full of snags, not one with no fishing rights, and not one that you can all call a pond. This also could potentially be our first day ticket carp fishery, giving access for everybody that watches this channel. And I couldn't wait to go and tell the person that's been with me since the start of this journey, whom without, this also wouldn't be possible.
Should we pretend we didn't win it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've got to do that, haven't we? It's the law. We must do that, right? So practice non-smiling, because you're smiling. That's it, well done. Ah, Tez! We tried. Oh dear. We tried. We set ourselves a 225k limit, because that's what we thought it was top end, maybe 215.
Well, with all
But-
the work, yes, I agree.
But we won it for 202, so it means we got it back. We got ourselves a lake, the second official Fowler Fisheries venue.
Oh, my, no. Oh, my, no, knock me over.
We're building
Wow,
this business together, aren't we?
Oh, my goodness, congratulations.
No, congrats to you too. We're doing this together, my darling. This is in Dad's memory. We're doing this together. We're building this business.
I think it should be called Ben's Blake.
Ben's pool. Paul Terry's pool and Ben's pool. I like it.
Ben's Pool.
I like it.
I don't celebrate and get.
Telling Mum that we'd won the lake was such a special moment. But the other people that have made this possible, well, that was Holy Energy, because you noticed there that I had one next to me the entire time I was bidding, and that is because the auction was held at 2:30 on a Thursday afternoon. Now, this is well after I've had my first coffee for the day. Yes, I love coffee too. And around about the time in the afternoon, I start to get a bit drowsy, especially as I suffer with hay fever. So a stunning cold bottle of Holy with a little bit of ice mixed in, 2 scoops of energy, is the perfect thing I need and have every single afternoon. But many of you will be asking, why didn't I buy the lake in France, the one that you all absolutely adored in the previous video? Well, that was mainly because a certain controversial referendum held a few years ago has seemingly made it a lot harder for new fishery owners to take on fisheries in France. People have been reporting that it's really hard to get a permanent residency in France. You have to hit very specific revenue targets for a business, and that can be really challenging in the first year. And if you don't meet them, even if you bought the fishery, they can quite simply kick you out. So unless you can afford to have someone full-time at your venue in France, running it for you, then it really isn't a viable option. But I still think there are so many lessons to learn with the lakes that we're currently taking on, building and buying in the UK. And there is also a lesson that you need to learn. And that is about this. This is Holy's brand new syrup bottle, which is an ingenious invention if you don't like the colour I've got here. It's also available in black and a sort of purple mauvey colour, but it's not that that's the ingenious bit. The ingenious bit is the bit up here, because quite simply, this little collar unscrews just like so, and here is a syrup pod pouch. You just take one of Holy's syrups, which you can get in their starter set, which is absolutely fabulous and gives you loads of the flavours that you'll already recognise from Holy. In this one today, I've got peach, which is absolutely fabulous. You simply drop in the pod, unclip the top, And then fill your bottle up with water. I also recommend dropping in a few ice cubes, makes it extra fresh. And once it's in there, you can use this little twister on the top to change the intensity that you want the flavour to be. Of course, I am a fruity fowler, so I have it all the way up to number 5. However, you can have it down on 1 if you just want a tiny hint of that wonderful flavour coming through. And Holy create these products to, of course, help you stay hydrated. So there is no added sugar in this, so that it makes it alternative to unhealthy off-the-shelf options. So if you want to grab yourself a starter set of Holy's new syrup products, then you can do so by clicking the link as the pinned comment of my video or in the description, and they've given you a wonderful offer using the code FOWLER to go from $54.99 to $49.50 for one of their starter sets. I truly recommend it. It has completely transformed the way that I hydrate myself through the day. So thank you, Holy, for being a partner of our channel.
We forgot there's one more video call we got to make while we're down here. How have we forgot? Let's see if it... Do you think Lenny knows how to join a video call?
Probably not, no.
No.
He might.
There's Lenny. There he is.
Yes, he does.
There's Edie. Lenny,
Yeah.
we got ourselves a lake.
You got a what, sorry?
We got ourselves a lake.
What, that one in Derby?
Yeah,
You got it, did you?
we got it. So we got the start of things to come.
Good.
And we'll drive you up there, don't worry.
My van wouldn't get there.
So just before our first visit, after the hammer dropped, which is coming in this video very shortly, me, Mum and Child Labour Services celebrated by raising a glass with Alan and his son Jensen, who was staying in the KEVS pool lodge at the time.
Hey!
You are really all forming one of the most amazing communities I've ever seen on a channel, and I've interviewed so many people and amazing creators. So please make sure that you feel even more part of the community by hitting the subscribe button down below and helping us by hyping this video. Our goal is to hit 100k subscribers in 2026.
Louis, that's yours.
And we're also toasting to the fact that El's caught one within... Congratulations!
So it's now time to take Mum and show her our new fishery for the first time, which is currently just completing as we record this at our solicitors. You all know how long that takes.
We're now in fishery territory, Mum.
Yes.
Just on our left, there's a great big fishery of some sort. Excited to see it, Mum?
Yes, yeah. Just taking it all in, Benedict.
My mum, bless her, grew up in a small terraced house in Swindon. And growing up, she told stories of how her dad used to catch rabbits for them to eat and that she couldn't even afford a bike. She met my dad, Kevin, when they were in their late 20s and had over 30 years together. When they began building their life together, my dad was an engineer at a local concrete factory, and he then went on into the sale of building products via sales role in the same company. My mum worked numerous jobs, from a piano teacher all the way through to working with thread needles in factories. They would save all of the money that they could, but they were also car people too, and have some amazing photos of when they restored old MGBs to gleaming new cars together. My dad, in his early 40s, managed to buy some shares that he and Mum had invested their life savings, around £25,000 in, a few years prior. The sale of those shares amounted to over £500,000. And they both had a decision to make with that kind of money. Do you go out, buy the house, pay off the mortgage, get a couple of nice cars and stay in the job? Or the other route, which is the one he took, of investing absolutely all of that money into starting a business called Pavestone UK Limited, which is still going today, supplying concrete paving, natural sandstone and porcelain tiles, among many other things, all over the UK. And I started in that business when I was around 16 years old. I used to run the little small retail shop up at our Chipping Camden site. Then during my work experience, I'd be in the yard bagging up bags of gravel. One day they even made me paint 2 30-foot beams with a 1-inch paintbrush to prove that I needed to start thinking about the tools I was being given. Nothing's changed. But later in my teens, I set up Paving Direct. I was obsessed with websites and online stores, and that business exploded during lockdown. Working with my dad was amazing. He was literally teaching me everything. It was a proper family business, and there was nothing that was going to stop us. But that was until one day in 2020, he had that heart attack, and life flipped upside down. I was literally forced to sell that company from a number of factors, and Dad left behind some things that we really weren't expecting, that weren't the easiest to deal with. But we managed to get over that. But I don't want you all thinking that we went and sold that business for tens of millions of pounds and come from generations of family wealth. It's simply not the case. The purchase of this lake is a real big deal for me and Mum. Like, it's a big thing that has to work. But that's why I'm making decisions like this, to invest in good old-fashioned businesses, things like carp fishing, that people are absolutely loving being in the great outdoors, especially in the age of the rise of AI and so many other things. So we will be spending the rest of this year giving you guys so many amazing videos, hopefully, taking on challenges while rebuilding this lake. Hopefully getting to a place in early 2027 where we can open it for you guys to fish. But for now, just to see Mum turn up and start taking in the lake was such a lovely thing.
It's all very exciting to see, isn't it? Look at that lovely feather.
Checking out all the wildlife that was there.
That's like a nut tree again. I think they're little nut trees.
It really is so special.
There's definitely a lot of fish in here. We just don't know how many fish. There's many saw tench last time, didn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
But as Vince said there, that's right, we don't know how many fish could be in that lake. Heck, we haven't even seen a carp yet, although an angler did say he'd caught one when we arrived. But I was treating this lake purchase as if there was no stock left in the lake. I mean, I'd seen the comments on Facebook saying they'd all been decimated, but we still think, after speaking with the locals, there's about 40 to 70 originals left in there, but you just can't be sure. So I'm treating it as a blank canvas, meaning we're gonna have to stock it with
Expensive fish.
from VS Fisheries likely, which is where we picked all the fish last time from that went in KEVS pool. But before getting to the point later in the year where we're able to stock fish, we clearly have some work to do.
The hole.
Yeah, that's an otter hole.
The problem is with turning that fence, you can't put the brackets on top of it very easily, can you?
But it's nothing we haven't done before. We learn from our mistakes, we try new things, bruises, bashes, and finger cuts and all. The first task, which you'll be seeing soon, is otter fencing this site. It's about 14 acres in total, and it's going to require over 1,000 metres of otter fencing to be installed. That's way more than we did on KEVS pool. And like KEVS pool, it might not be just pure otter fencing around the whole thing. We may have to adapt and overcome in other areas that we can. But luckily, after we walked round Long Lake, we had some amazing advice and met our new neighbours that own a lake next door called Rifle Pits that they'll also be opening, hopefully in 2027. John, Neville and the rest of the family were so hospitable, and seeing the work, blood, sweat and tears that they've put into their lake reminded me of the challenge that we've got in front of us.
So this must be a good spot. Someone's put fake grass down for a swim.
Now, as much as Mum loves these swims, the plan will be to take them to the next level. Now this is the type of swim that we want to build at Long Lake. Something that has lasted the test of time. This has actually been here over 2 years now. It looks like the swims that were at Lily Fisheries when I grew up as a kid. Cotswold chippings on top to bring it back to a Fowler Fisheries style, even though this lake is up north and surrounded by stunning wooden planks.
Wow, I'm just trying to take it all in. It's a beautiful lake, isn't it? It's well planted all round. Look at all the ball race. It's a huge area, isn't it? It's like it's been here for years and years, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think of it then, Louis?
I really like it. It's so pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty. Lovely. It's very calm. It's very peaceful and calm, isn't it? And it looks very clear. Gin clear looking. You can see to the bottom, can't you?
Yeah, it is really clear, this lake.
Yeah, you can.
We're in the double.
You're allowed to come down and
yeah.
stalk. That's a great idea.
Taking
We
from
put
me.
up little signs that say stalking area only.
Yeah.
This is lovely down here in this corner, isn't it?
Yeah, it's meant.
Absolutely lovely. Look at that. That view down the lake.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
If you could connect that fence to their fence,
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
it saves all of that. That's like 200 or 300 metres.
Oh my god, I left a box of
There's a fucking ant farm.
flower seed in my garden when I was about 8. And then I woke up in the morning and a slug had eaten all of the seed, and it was like that big. And it was transparent. My mum was like, she hates slugs and she could not cope. It was like that monster slug.
Oh, look at those. That's unusual, isn't it? Some pretty flowers and things about. And buds and things. There's a nest in there. She's feeding her young. Harking the babies. That's nice, isn't it? Like apple trees, crab apple, don't they? These are apple trees someone's planted.
Yeah, quite recently.
Quite recent, yeah. Let's have a look at this one.
Yeah.
Do put these in like that then. Discovery. That's an eating apple.
Walking around Long Lake with my mum, my partner Edie, and all of my friends was a really special moment. They've all been so instrumental and fundamental in the story of KEVS Pool, but that still wasn't stopping that daunting feeling from setting back in, the one you get when starting a new project like this. And that's because of all the unknowns. You can plan as much as you want, but often those plans, they get turned on their head. We have been through pretty much every emotion possible on our journey with KEVS Pool, and we're doing it for all the right reasons. We love angling. We genuinely want people to enjoy their stays and create venues that we're proud of. And these videos along the way, we hope they capture the challenges, the struggles with making a small family business in the UK right now. But we of course always need your help with getting behind us, just like you did when we were building KEVS Pool. These videos are made by child labour and myself, and sometimes they take days to record and weeks to edit, but they have been so worth it in capturing all the raw emotion and everything that's happened, good and bad, on our journey so far. And if you want to see that journey for Long Lake, all that we ask is that you subscribe. Tight lines.